What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video today on Luminescence LORCANA, and today I have a Ruby Sapphire deck tech for you guys. I appreciate all the love and support I've gotten on my last few videos. You guys are the best. So I just wanted to give you guys Ruby Sapphire. I know it's a very popular deck. I'm going to be honest, I do not like playing this deck at all. Nothing wrong with this deck, just my personal preference. I do not like playing this deck at all, but I thought I would give you guys a deck tech today of this deck, how I would go about building it, and just the deck that I like. Of course, this deck was after quite a few trial and errors, so it did change a little bit. So some in the gameplay, you might see some cards that are no longer in this deck, but this is the final deck that I decided would be the best deck to play. So we're going to just move in right into the cards. 3 Scuttles. Scuttle was a card that I didn't think was that necessary at first, but after a few gameplays of playing it, he's just really good at making sure that you get your items for Hiram. Really good card, and just one that you're seeing in a lot of Ruby Sapphires lately. Then we got 2 of the Sisus. This is a good card too. He has evasive. He's going to banish anything that's got 1 attack or less, and with those ice blocks, you can use that to kind of like, target a card that may have 2 or 3 attack, and then you can still use the Sisu to get rid of it. However, I do think the other Sisu is a better option. I think the 3-drop inkable one, where you get he gets +1 for each card in your opponent's hand. I do think this is a better option because he does quest for 2. He can be hitting for a lot, and we can kind of like force some unfavorable trades. So I do like that Sisu a little bit more, but both of them are really just there for like shift options, and they do some work in even in the later game. They can do some work. Moving on to the 4-drops, we obviously have Grammatala. I think she's one that you have to really run. She allows you to just like look through your deck. She's essentially a card that has develop your brain attached to it, right? Like, she allows you to look at the top 2 cards of your deck, put one in your hand, and then put the other one on the bottom of your deck, whatever. And then obviously Hiram, he's your draw engine. He's how you're going to keep drawing throughout the entire game. And he's just a great card. He's a card that you need in a Ruby Sapphire deck, obviously. And then Maui, no brainer. Same with Madame Medusa, no brainer. You need both these cards. Madame Medusa got even better with Ice Block, because you can now get something that's up to 5 attack with Madame Medusa if you use those ice blocks correctly. 3 of the 8-drop Sisu, you could maybe go up to 4. I think the one issue this deck does have is the fact that it has so many uninkables, but that Sisu is just really, really good. Questing for 3, getting rid of your opponent's whole side of the board, and allowing you to just, get further and further ahead. And then if you have enough ink to, go ahead and get your dime out there, he's a good target for a dime. I mean, getting 3 ink is really good, and he's a great target for a dime in the end of the day. Tamatoa, no brainer, you need him. He's going to bring back all your items. He's a great target for the dime in the late game. It's just he can literally win you the game by just coming out there, and you have a ton of items. He can just win you the game right then and there. 4 of the 9-drop Maleficent, she's obviously just going to come out there, banish something, and be a big body for you, questing for 2. Think that you can maybe cut her, but I put her in there because extra removal is really, really crucial, and she can also be a solid target for a dime if you're at the very end of the game. You just need something to get you over the line. 4 develops, obviously, always going to run it. 2 brawls. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really utilize brawl a lot. I know it's a great card, but I feel like it's really only targeted towards like Diablo and those kind of cards. Still think it's a card that you maybe use 2 of, maybe 3 or 4 if you really need it in certain situations. But I don't know, it didn't impress me as much as I thought it would. Again, I'm not I don't play Ruby Sapphire every day though. I do think Brawl's a good card though. I don't know if I'd run more than 2 though. 4 1-jumps, absolutely crucial. You need to be making sure that you hit this card on turn 2 so that you can get your Hiram out there on turn 3. Really, really good card. Most of the games I won, it was turn 1 Popsicle, turn 2 1-jump, turn 3 Hiram. Like that is like a winning move that will help you, overtake your opponent and win the game. 3 of How Far I'll Go. You could probably bump this up to 4. I have it on 3 right now. It's a really good card to sing with Grammatala. Or even with Hiram, if you don't have an item out there, it's going to allow you to just develop it's essentially the same thing as develop your brain, except that other one doesn't go to the bottom of your deck. It's just going to go right into your inkwell. So it's going to help you ramp as well as helping you draw. Now, Ice Block, this is a new card, and this card is insane. It's a 1-drop item that allows you to -1 of your opponent's attack. So essentially, like, you exert ice block, and then one of your opponents has one less attack. This is really good because you can use it in combination with Mana Medusa. You can use it in combination with Sisu. You can even use it in combination with a different card to make sure that it's not taking any damage. It's a really good card. The only downfall to this card is the fact that it's uninkable, and this deck already has so many uninkables, but that is a really, really useful card, as well as it being fuel for Hiram Flavisham, allowing you to banish it and then draw 2. Pop Skull, obviously, draw 1 when you play it. Fuel for Flavisham. Fishbone Quill, really useful card in this deck. It's going to allow you to get your ramp higher and higher and higher, and it's also fuel for Flavisham. A lot of these cards in this deck are going to be fuel for Flavisham because he is so crucial. If you do not hit Hiram, you probably are going to lose the game. He allows you to just keep drawing, keep going, keep ramping, and then, you know, eventually get to the point where you can win in 1 or 2 turns with just a dime Tamatoa combo or a Sisu that banishes your opponent's out of the board and just sets you up for success. I think there's one game in the gameplay where my opponent is ahead by a lot and I just overtake them with just brute force. And then the dime can win you the game. You can be 5 low behind your opponent and the dime will win you the game. Lucky Dime is a great card. I love it a lot, and it's funny because a lot of people did not think it was going to be a very good card when we were reviewing the 3rd set, but I do think it is a good card. But this is my deck list. Let me know if you guys would change anything. Let me know if you guys would add anything. What kind of Ruby Sapphire deck are you guys running right now? And I appreciate all the support, guys. Don't forget, if you guys are enjoying the deck tech and you're just here for the deck, please do like and subscribe. But if you're here for the gameplay, we're getting into it right now. Jeez. That's what we're going to keep. Tamatoa is not necessarily great right now. That Sisu is really good, especially against Amarubi. Oh, sorry. It might not be that good against Amarubi. So it looks like they're going to go for the Mulan shift. We're really far away from Tamatoa. Scuttle's okay. I honestly don't like... a lot of people like Scuttle, but I feel like you run enough items in this deck that maybe you don't need Scuttle. Oof. They're going to be drawing a lot against us here. They're going to be drawing a lot against us here. We'll get rid of Scuttle. I don't think we need him. The good thing here is even when they start to get, when they start to establish their Rapunzel, like we still have like a ton of, ways to ramp, right? So I'm not too concerned. I mean, both those characters he has out only quest for 1. A dime's okay. It's just about if we can get to the dime quick enough. Ooh, he's gonna Sisu a Hiram. No. He's gonna Sisu a Hiram. Brawl's pretty good here, though. I'm gonna hold on to Brawl. Because that means if I take Gothel this turn, next turn I can Sisu and Brawl, which is pretty good. So I can Brawl his, unless he, I mean, even if he heals her here, which he probably will. Yeah, he goes ahead and heals the Rapunzel. We'll still be able to, unless he just trades the Rapunzel, then we can still Brawl. We can Brawl and CC no matter what. Okay, cool. Alright. So we go... Do we ink that? Maybe we ink the Tala. No, we ink that, I think. No, because we need to... Alright, that's a nice turn right there. That is a nice turn. He could shift here though. Which I wouldn't be surprised if he actually does shift here. He just had another Rapunzel in his hand, I guess. Okay. One jump. Don't really need this anymore now. But we pass. He could be prep us here. He's gonna Sisu our Sisu. Surely he doesn't swing with Rapunzel. That would just be a foolish mistake. We could really do with getting our Hiram at this point. Okay. Sisu, Rapunzel. Draw Hiram for sure every day of the week. And then I think we just pass. So even though our opponent has like the... Oh, he's got another Sisu. How many Sisus is this guy running? It's unfortunate that we can't touch the Sisu. Okay. Establish Hiram. Get the draw going. Seeing how far I'll go with Tala. Grab the other how far I'll go. Oh, that was a mistake. No, I guess it really wasn't. There it is. Sisu comes in next turn. And wipes our opponent's board. Bad necessities, you can take my Lucky Dime if that's what you're going to go for. Lucky Dime's not a big deal though, as we can always get it back with Tamatoa. Nothing they can do to stop Sisu though. Nothing at all they can do to stop our Sisu here. We do that so that we can get the double draw for sure. Sisu. Get rid of both of his Sisus. We're in a pretty okay spot now. He's got a lead on us, but like the good thing about like Ruby Sapphire is you can come back from a lead pretty easily. Maui comes out. He's going to take our Hiram. Maybe we hold on to the brawl. Trade Maui's. Send Tala into Hades. Bring Scuttle out. grab Popsicle, play Popsicle, get a draw going, ink the Quill, quest for 3. So he obviously now could still do some damage if he's got another Maui. Which he doesn't. Oh, he could return the Maui though. Oh, he chooses not to return the Maui? What? See, that's a weird play to me. I would have always been returning that Maui. Okay, cool. Hiram. Get the draw. Bang. Bang. Brawl. Sing 1 jump with Scuttle. Get Bell. Quest for another 3. So we're in a pretty good state here. Next turn we quest for 3, 4, 5, 10. Right? Yeah. I always think Belle quests for 2, but she quests for 1 and then gets plus 4. So I do think Amarubi's a really good deck during this set, but I just do not think it has some good matchups. Like, I think it struggles in, obviously, in Green Steel. I think it struggles more against the Bookie discard. I mean, it still can beat a Prince John discard. I like Prince John. My last video was about Prince John. I just don't... I don't know if Prince John is the way. It's still a pretty good deck, though. He could be Preppers here, though. I don't know if they run it in Amber Ruby, though. Maybe he's got a Maui. He does have... No, he's got a Queen. The Queen doesn't really offer anything for him right now. Especially considering we can... Oh, he's going to Teeth and Ambitions to finish off the Sisu. Which is fine. It's not a bad move on his part. Alright. Quest with Hiram. Draw 2. Can we do both? I'm terrible at math, guys. We can do both. We can do both. So now we quest for 3-4 next turn, and that's going to be GG's. So coming back from a 10-0, like, is just nothing. I like the idea of keeping the Vitalosphere, but we kind of need our 1 jump in this situation. Brawl will do us some good because it will help us get rid of their Hiram, but we really do need 1 jump in this situation. We don't... Oh, thank goodness we get 1 jump. We do get way too many items, but we get 1 jump, which is important. So I'm going to ink Scuttle since we have the items that we need. So that means that turn 2 we can play our 1 jump. I was just about to pass without even drawing. Our opponent's going to develop. Oh, okay, that's not great. We'll ink Vitalosphere. Play the 1 jump. So now next turn we can play our Hiram. We'll go ahead and ink Belle. We don't really need her right now. We'll play Hiram and get our board developed a little bit more. So now next turn we can play a Popsicle and Brawl. Actually, he can't even get his Hiram down this turn. I just realized that. So now this turn we can... he might be getting Sisu out on us. So we'll play Popsicle, draw, quest, banish that Popsicle, draw more. We don't really need all these Hirams. Good thing now is that we're inking. We're getting pretty far ahead. We can Medusa him this turn if we wanted to. Really could use a how far I'll go right now, or an item. Might as well. We'll get rid of Brawl because we don't really need it for now. We're getting closer and closer to that 10ing, so this is when Bell actually becomes really good. Alright, he's going to Medusa our Hiram, which is fine because we didn't have the item that we need anyway. I think we ink Bell. Use Tamatoa to bring back one of those popsicles. And just keep getting further and further ahead in terms of ink. Keep getting further and further ahead in terms of ink. B prep, that's fine. B prep in that situation is really honestly great for us because we're just going to go ahead and draw. We'll play Grandma. Oh, we're grabbing the dime every day. And then we'll play Hiram. So the good thing about it now is we have so much draw power and our opponent doesn't have anything. 2 dimes is terrible though. Actually, is two dimes terrible? Two dimes actually isn't bad because next turn we can play a dime and play a Sisu. And then if they don't take care of the Sisu, we can shift. He's got another Hiram in hand, maybe? Maybe he's got a Sisu. 3-drop Sisu. No, he doesn't. Okay. So we'll play the 3-drop Sisu. Get rid of his Hiram. We're going to have to play that because I just think it's too good to not. Because now we get to keep going, you know. We keep getting to draw and draw and draw. We don't really need Brawl. Actually, we can keep... Nah, we don't really need Brawl. And we'll establish our first lucky dime. So the lucky dime's good. So he's going to get rid of our Sisu, which is fine. I mean, not our Sisu. He's going to get rid of our Hiram, which is fine. Ooh, he's going to banish our dime. Shift there. Ink that. So now next turn we can establish a dime. And that means we're going to get 6 from just Sisu. He could B-prep us here though for sure. But even if he does B-prep, like we have so many... No, he's going to Hiram us. Okay. I think now we just push for the win. Now we just push for the win. So like in this situation, we look fine because he had his chance to wipe the board with us and he didn't. We'll play the popsicle just for the draw. So we need 9 to be able to play the dime. Oh, that's exactly what we wanted actually. We'll sing How Far I'll Go. Grab another popsicle. Go boom. Go boom. So now we have so much ink. and we'll have so many items. We win next turn. If he can't beat Prepos, we win. We win next turn. I think no matter what, right? Because he gets +1 for each item in your play. So it's gonna be questing for 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we win. GG's. Alrighty. So yeah, we win. Grab him. Yep, there we go. Alrighty, guys. So that is another game here. Going second against Ruby Amethyst. I'll keep the Quill for maybe the ramp. Maybe keep the Ice Block. That's not great. Alright, we get to hire him though eventually. Sisu can go. Ice Block comes out. Now that's an interesting card. I think that we're gonna drop. Kind of have to keep Brawl, so it's gonna have to be Grammatala maybe. Maybe Sisu, because we can always shift into the other Sisu, right? So now next time we can Ice Block his. Oof, we got 3 from that Flynn Rider. We can Ice Block that Flynn. So now this turn we can go. Bang. Get rid of that Flynn. So that's why Sisu Ice Block combo is really good. As well as like if you use that with like Mana Medusa or anything like else, it can be really beneficial to you. And now next time we can get a Hiram down. We could also, like, if he plays something like Threatening here, I mean, I don't really want to get rid of that because we'll make that hit for 0. Ink one of our Hirams. Play Hiram. Get rid of the Ice Block. Draw 2. Ooh, rewarded. We get our Ice Block back. Sing friends. Gonna establish castle. So we're gonna give him draws here, which is not ideal, but we kind of have to give him draws if we want to survive here. So now next time we can still get rid of the Queen's Castle with Maui and then Sisu. Or we can even shift. I mean, the issue is that like the Sisu isn't going to be able to get rid of the location, right? Can have Sisu. So I don't particularly want to give him another turn with the castle. So that will have to be the play there. Sorry if you can hear that my dog is barking in his sleep. I'm gonna draw another one. Okay. Oof. That's a little bit upsetting. So now we just establish more to ensure that he can't, the Tremaine isn't going to do as much as he thinks it's going to do. Alright. So now if he decides to use the Tremaine, we can just bounce, we can do it with the Super Goof. So he's going to trade two things into my Maui here. I think we keep that. Gotta give him a lot of draw here. Now he comes down. Fortunate. Maui into Maui. Brawl goes down. Give him the draw. I think it's probably too little too late for us here. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it's probably a little too little too late for us here. If he's got another goat, for sure. Lady Tremaine, you can have her. Okay. It's actually pretty good. Because we'll go Ice Block on the Tremaine, establish another Sisu, send both those to the bottom of his deck, quest, 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 and then next time we win. So I mean, this really just shows how Ruby Sapphire can come back from anything. Because even if whatever he does here, we win. Because we just need 6, so we quest with a Sisu, die, win. Oh, we win without the dime. We win without the dime anyway. You don't have rush on that. Alright guys, we're going to end today's video looking at the pros and cons of Ruby Sapphire. So, we'll start with the pros. It can win in any situation. As you guys saw in the gameplay, you can be down by 15, 16, 17 and still win the game. As long as you hit certain things, you can pretty much win the game from any situation. Your opponent could literally be at 19 and you could just continue to remove everything that they have, use your dimes, and win the game. I mean, if you get a Bell out there with a... I know I don't actually have Belle in my list, but I was running Belle in some of the gameplay, and I do think that she definitely could make her way into the list. I don't have her in mind, but I don't necessarily know if I would mind dropping a specific card to fit a Belle in there, because she can help you win in any situation. Tamatoa can help you win in any situation. If you have enough items out there and you get a lucky dime and they can't remove like a Tamatoa, they can't remove a Belle, you can literally just win in one turn. As long as you have at least 5 ink, you can win in pretty much any amount of time. So that's the real benefit of this deck, is it really can win. It can come from behind and win in any situation. Obviously the ramp is another pro. It allows you to get so far ahead in ink that, you know, your opponent could be at 4 ink and you could be at 10. You can just get so far ahead on ink that like your opponent can't catch up with you, and then you could be prepared, and then you could play 3 characters and they only have enough ink to play 1. So its ramp is really, really, really crucial, and it allows you to get so far ahead of your opponent. It can kind of overwhelm opponents in certain situations. It also has great removal. There's so many cards you can use in this deck to remove your opponent's side of the board. I mean, you could throw Be Prepared in if you want. I don't have Be Prepared in my build, but Be Prepared is definitely a card that you could run in this deck. But I think Sisu is just better, because with Sisu and Ice Block, you can wipe your opponent's side of the board without affecting your side of the board. You've got Madame Medusa that can get rid of any of your opponent's card. You've got... Maleficent Monstrous Dragon that can get rid of opponent cards. You even have, if you wanted to, you could probably maybe think about adding Tremaine and Be King Undisputed. Like Ruby just has so much great removal that you can pretty much get rid of anything on the board if you need to. So this deck is really, really good at getting rid of threats, as well as, you know, having like cards like Maui that are going to come out and just hit for so much that you're going to be able to remove most things, whether it be through, you know, a card like Maleficent, or whether it be through attacking with Maui. So I do think that this deck does have those 3 amazing pros, but this deck does come with some cons, and we'll talk about that now. I think that sometimes this deck can be Hiram a bust. If you don't hit your Hiram and you're not drawing, it's not going to look good for you, especially if your opponent just has an aggro deck where they're just going to keep questing, and you don't get your draw or your ramp. I'll also say that I didn't include this in the cons, but it also can be one jump ahead of bust sometimes. If you can't get that ramp option going and you just keep falling behind, it's sometimes very, very difficult to keep up with your opponent. My build also has a lot of uninkables. I think that a lot of people are running decks with a lot of uninkables, especially in Ruby Sapphire. A lot of the builds that I looked at before I started playing have a high amount of uninkables, so that is something to look at if you are going to build Ruby Sapphire, is to understand that you're probably going to be playing a lot of uninkables, and that's why that Fishbone Quill is just absolutely crucial. And then the last con is it is a higher cost deck. It does have a lot of cards that do require higher costs, so early game it can feel a little frustrating if you don't have enough ink to play a lot of the cards in your hand. You're kind of just sitting there like, I don't know what to do with this. But higher risk, higher reward, right? Like, it has a lot of high cost characters, but if you get to enough ink to play them, it's a very easy matchup to win. I do think that this deck is very, very strong, and I'm not surprised to see it flourishing so much as Ursula's Return has been released. I think it's probably been the most popular deck. So I definitely think it is a great deck for people to play. It is a strong deck. I'm excited to see how it performs at like locals and set champs. coming up over the next couple of months. And as Ursula's return comes to an end in a couple months' time, I'm excited to see what the thought process is on Ruby Sapphire, and where it goes, especially when new sets come out, what more they can add to it. But these are my pros and cons. I do think it's a great deck. Let me know in the comments down below, what are your guys' thoughts on Ruby Sapphire? Do you think it's the best deck out there? Do you not like it? Do you think that it's really easy to beat? And are you guys playing it right now? And if you guys playing anything different, if you guys have a different deck list, please do let me know, and I'll take a look at it, and maybe even talk about it in the next video as well. But I appreciate all the views, guys. I appreciate all the support. You guys are amazing. Please remember to like and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys are playing. And I'll see you guys very, very soon with another video. Peace.